Jeff. I'm here today to talk about buying a used car versus a new car. In my opinion, used cars are probably the best. If you buy a new car and you drive it off the lot, hey, you just drop 5 grand just driving it off the lot. To me, program cars are the best. Sometimes you can go to these mom and pop dealerships and they're okay, and some of them are great. You really have to do research around your area to find the ones that are trustworthy. I have bought cars from people that was just less than desirable, but it was usually 2 or 3 days after you buy it, and then I think there's a 3-day lemon law. But if you got 4 days into it and all of a sudden it's starting to run hot, and some of them just tell you, oh well, uh, tough luck. But the best thing to do, in my personal opinion, is to go buy one from a reputable dealership. You can go to your local Ford, Chevrolet, or Toyota, or whatever, and they have program cars. And these program cars are usually have a warranty still left on. Some of the places will, warranty it anyway, and you need to have a little warranty on it as much as possible, because you never know what's going to happen to a car. Um, so you can buy a good car sometimes from mom and pops, but you have to be careful. Make sure they're reputable. I know here in town, I had a niece that bought a car, and that was pretty much a junker, and they overcharged her for it, and then they wouldn't do nothing to correct the situation. I mean, if you buy a car from somebody, they should have the decency to make sure it's a good quality car if they're selling it. But some people, they just don't. But anyway, I think that buying a program car from a reputable dealer is much better than mom and pops, because some of them are real good people that you can trust. Not a whole lot of them are. Of course, you got to understand you're buying a used vehicle. Anytime you buy used cars, things can go wrong. Transmissions, motors are two of the biggest ones, but the other stuff is pretty easy to fix. I do most of my mechanic work unless you get into the transmission or uh, the motor. I don't like dealing with them. Uh, but if you can afford a new car and you can write a check for a new car, hey, I go for the new car. But most of the people can't afford to write a check for a car. Those payments are outrageous. They're more, or just as much as if you were buying a house. So if you can save up money to put down a larger down payment onto your program car, you'd be better off in the long run, because you got insurance and maintenance. Tires are expensive, so the quicker you can pay off a used car, the better you are. Of course, if you're like me, you just don't have the finances to do that. But it's still better than going and buying a new car. You buy a new car just to drive off the lot, it's going to drop $5,000 in most cases. Some are less, some are a little bit more. But that's crazy to buy something new and the price drop $5,000. So I think when you buy a used vehicle program, some of them that you have an extended warranty. Mm, I'm not too sure about the extended warranty. I had a little extra put on mine, but I didn't pay a lot for it. You can go get warranties now, and they say that they pay for your repairs. I've never dealt with one of these companies, um, so I honestly can't speak about them. I wouldn't trust them. Um, it would be better to take whatever you're going to pay to them for the extended warranty and put back in the bank account somewhere. That way, if you ever do have a situation where your transmission tears up or your AC goes out or something like that, you'll have the money there to go and have it repaired. That's another thing. You need to make sure you get you a good, reputable repair person. In the town I live in, I think we've got a couple of them that are pretty good, but you have to be careful about who you let work on your vehicle. I have let a service person here my town where I live work on my vehicle, and they give me a price, and then when I go to get the vehicle, they said it was done. The price was twice as much as what they said, and they said, well, I didn't tell you this, and I forgot about that. And then I got the car home, and I went to check out their job, and they left some of the bolts that were holding the part on loose. I ended up having to go buy a socket. Yeah, I guess I should have carried the car back to the guy that in his shop here in town to have it redid. But you know, if he's already messed it up that much, I'm afraid that he would even do a worse job than I could just tighten the bolt up. But you know, you have to watch these mechanical people, especially females. Some of them will jip them and try to say this was tore up or that was tore up. That's bad that people do that this day and time, that the greed is so bad that people will actually cheat you on everything just to try to earn an extra dollar, but you have to be really careful. So I think buying a used vehicle versus buying a new vehicle is good. You just got to go to a good, reputable dealer. Um, if you don't, you're going to run into more problems than you wished you had. I've seen it in person. Yeah, it's a little more expensive with the program cars, but if you had put back money over the last few months, of course you're not going to be able to put back much, $20 a month, $30 a month. Over time, that saving back for your vehicle, you can put down a bigger down payment on it. Uh, you know, I know that a lot of people, when they get their income tax, well, I got to have a car right now. Well, I understand that, but be very careful where you go to spend your income tax money on a vehicle. I know personally have that's in even my own family that has bought in that situation. They needed a vehicle, and what they had was their income tax, which was not, you know, great, grand, and wonderful. You might have six thousand or so. I say if you want to buy a vehicle, you need to spend at least 10. Uh, it's going to last you longer. If you go to a dealership, you don't have to get a big car. Get you a smaller car. You know, I want a truck. Eventually, sometime I would like, you know, hope to get that. But I want to spend at least 8 to 10 thousand on one, because I know if I don't, especially since trucks are so much higher than cars, that I could get into a situation where your transmission, motor, and stuff like that. So when you're out there buying a used car, just be very careful. I thank you very much. Make Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior, and we'll talk to you later.